Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back. I hope that everybody is well. I hope that everybody is having a good Sunday, a safe holiday weekend for the 4th of July. I actually did not put that in my title, but I will put that in the description box. But hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? Welcome if this is you guys' first time. Hi, my name is Joy, and I am a narcissist abuse coach. I have been dealing with narcissists since 2010, and since 2016, I have been helping people heal, move on, recover, and overcome narcissistic abuse. My story has been I have dealt with I lived with my aunt for 5 years. She was a narcissist, and while living with my aunt for 5 years, I met a guy online and he was a narcissist and I dated him for 4 years. And on my journey of, just healing and recovering, I did meet a borderline at work. And thank goodness I only dealt with him for 4 months. But that's my experience. But if you guys are returning, hey. So I have a really good topic today. And I wanted to shout out, and first, before I get into the topic, I wanted to say thank you to those of you that do leave me comments, subscribe, and do give me topics suggestions, because again, I do want to make sure that I'm doing videos based off of the things that you guys want to learn about. And if you guys haven't, make sure that you click that link in the community board. That way, again, I could make content, make videos based off of what you guys want to learn. All right, so now let's get into the topic. So shout out to Haley. Haley was the one that left me a comment on my video. She had a question about the narcissist and the new supply. She wanted to know, would you do a video about why the narcissist is still with the new supply 2 years later? She says, I should have done no contact, but peaked and they're still together. I don't understand why his mask has not slipped. I've done this before. I peaked. This is like years ago. But a lot of times it's because, if the narcissist is with the new supply, sometimes this supply could be a good supply for them. Maybe they haven't shown their mask for many different reasons. It could just be maybe the mask did come off slightly, but the new supply is already used to the narcissist and they're not really going anywhere. Or, the narcissist is trying to get something from that new supply and, they're taking their time, it's not really a rush, maybe they're just trying to extract as much as they can from this new supply. So there's not any benefit of taking the mask off. Really the mask comes off when you're starting to see through them, right? But they'll keep the mask on for as long as it benefits them. And sometimes they'll do it. They'll stay with the new supply just to get back at you, or just to prove that you were the problem. And because they're thinking like, okay, like, because you really did love them and care about them. And they're thinking like, okay, well, she's still single or he's still single and I'm with someone else. So that proves that they're the problem. So sometimes they'll do that, stay with the new supply just to make it seem like you were at fault, So yeah, that happens. And then, and sometimes again, the new supply could already be immune to the narcissist. They may not even know the mask is slipping. And then also too, it could be that the new supply is settling for less. They may not have high expectations, and again, they may not realize what's happening. They're just maybe could be happy to be in a relationship, or they may not want to be alone, or they may not know anything about narcissistic abuse. You guys know what I mean? So they may not be able to recognize the signs. And then Kalam, you said, why did she try to hurt you? Why does she want to hurt you even when I try to move on? Really, it's just a sense of power. As I always say, a sense of power and control. They want to see if they can still have some sort of effect on you, if they can still control your emotions, if they can get to you mentally, psychologically. It's like an ego thing, it makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel like, oh wow, like I'm not even with them, but I'm still in their mind. Like I'm still controlling them. They're still thinking about me. They're obsessing about me. That gives them a lot of power. And they like that. They like to be in control of their victims, whether they're there or not. So that's what it's really all about. But yeah, they love to hurt people because, for one, a lot of them are in a lot of pain. They live in a sense of fear, worry, and doubt all the time. And so they like to project that whatever they're feeling, they love to project that onto their victims all the time. So that's one of the reasons why they may try to hurt you, right? And if you let them back in, if you take them back, they're gonna hurt you like worse than you've ever like was hurt before. Like, so you never want to like go back to them. Like, please try not to, because I know it's tempting. Like we can look at their pages. We may stalk the narcissist or stalk the new supply or whatever just to see what's going on. But really, just know that it's all for show. It's not anything real. You know what I mean? And Delicate said, "Greetings, Joy, and everyone. Happy Fireworks Day." Yes, greetings, Delicate. Happy 4th. You guys, any of you guys have anything planned for the 4th of July? You're gonna be with family or anything like that? But yeah, I hope that was helpful, Kalam. Yeah, it's hard to deal with, when someone that you thought was for you and that wanted to maybe you had your whole life planned out with them and they go behind your back and they hurt you and betray you and mistreat you. That's a hard thing to deal with, and it's hard to understand. Like, you would be like, well, why would this person want to do this to me? It's like, really, they're in a lot of pain and they just want to extract that onto you. And some of the times they feel like the longer you're with them, you deserve to get hurt. You deserve whatever they're doing to you. They feel like you deserve it because you're still with them. Like, I know it's kind of weird, but yeah. And Delicate, you said, yes, family only 100. Yeah, okay. I feel that. But yeah, I hope that that answered the question. I don't know if Haley's in the room, but make sure y'all give this video a like so people can see this and this can help them, especially if they have the same question. Because again, I did the same thing. Okay, so I went no contact with my male narc in 2014, and he posted the picture of the new supply. I think it was like a week later. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I would say all the way from, because I remember, I'll never forget this. It was March 2014 was when I went no contact with the narc. And I want to say all the way until July, you guys, of that same year, I kept going on the Facebook page and watching the narc and the new supply. The new supply, she didn't have a Facebook page, but I went to the narc's page because he had posted a picture up, and he had, I guess his family and his friends had commented and say, oh, she's so sweet and saying all this stuff. She's so beautiful, blah, blah. And I'm thinking like, well, am I not so sweet? Am I not so beautiful? So I was like comparing myself to New Supply. But then what really got me, you guys, I think it was like a year later, I saw that the narc was with the New Supply and he actually had a kid with her. And I think even now, I would say like probably, it wasn't last year. I happened to look on his Instagram. I was just like curious. I had obviously was over the narc. I had no plans going back. That is not even a thought, right? But I happened to look and I saw that he's actually still with the New Supply. And I was like, oh, like the mask hasn't slipped. And sometimes it can take a long while for that mask to come down. It just really depends on the supply that they're with and what benefits the narc. And what it is that they're needing. Delicate, you said, yes, everybody told the narc I couldn't tell him what to do in the relationship because I'm ugly. What? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Yeah. It's so crazy. I'm sorry that happened, Delicate. But yeah, and I guess, one of the things, what I can say to kind of help you guys is try not to look. I know it's hard, right? It's really hard because, when you're in no contact with the narc, especially like if you live with this person, you're used to talking to them on the phone, you're used to being around them, like you want to know like what they're doing, right? And trust and believe they're watching you too. You just may not know it, but they are, but yeah, you gotta kind of discipline yourself not to look on their page. And it's going to take practice, and you have to keep yourself busy, keep yourself occupied with things that you're doing in your life, whether it's going out with family and friends, or doing some self-care, some self-compassion, reading a book, or exercising, or maybe taking a nap or something, you know what I mean, or listening to music. But you have to find things that you can do to keep yourself occupied, instead of wondering what the narcissist is doing, because it's so easy for us to think about it, because that was our life, and so it can be hard to kind of have your own life after dealing with the narcissist, and like the aftermath of having a narcissist in your life. And you guys, you can ask me questions too, anything about the narcissist or the new supply, or just in general. Delicate, you said, but he continually came knocking on my door after I told him it was over 7 years dealing with him. Oh my God, did he recently do that? Or was this like last year, the previous year, Delicate? And Terrence Dukes, hi, how are you? And you guys, if y'all want to support my channel, go ahead and donate. Y'all can hit the Cash App, which is Coach Joy 510, or y'all can PayPal me. Shout out to, I think it was He's on My Mind. Thank you for the donation. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's my Cash App. And if y'all want to leave me a donation on my PayPal, this is my PayPal, or you guys can sell me. Just the continuation of me doing these videos and bringing this good content for you all, because I hope that it helps. That's all I really want to do is help. And Love Peace, hi. Hey y'all. But yeah, narcissists will not leave you alone. Know that in their crazy mind, they think that you are theirs. Regardless if they've moved on, regardless if you've moved on, they're always going to watch you. They may always want you as a supply, whether you're with them or not, and you don't want to like accept that. That's not something, you're not destined for that. Like, you know what I mean? You're not destined to be anybody's like backup side piece or backup chick or side dude. Like, that's not why God created you. You're here to, live your dreams, be happy, or at least be content. You guys know it's enough craziness going on in the world, but, and help people or be of service, and build a family and leave that legacy onto your children. You guys know what I mean? But the narcissist will cause you sometimes to settle for less. They may try to like groom you, and they may try to train you to settling for less. And so that's why sometimes too, the narcissist can stay with a new supply for so long, because they really groom them really, really well. They really train them and program them so that, really their mask doesn't have to come off at all, because it's like, oh, that supply is just really fully submitted. They are just, that's what they are. That's what they're going to be. And there's nothing more, nothing less. And we may see that and be like, well, why is that new supply still with them? Is this because like that new supply is okay with that kind of lifestyle? They don't want more for themselves. That's just what it is. And I know that can be hurtful, because they're like, man, was it really something wrong with me? But no, it's not you. It's really the narc and the new supply, right? And so, Terrence, you said the narc I was with got married to my friend. What? Now she's trying to come back to me. Are you serious? I am so sorry to hear that. Oh my God. And Delicate, you said it's been 8 bag months. I don't give him supply. He moved CFC out of state. Okay. I hope he stays gone. I hope so too. Like, yeah, stay gone, please. And Terrence, you said you blocked her, no contact ever. Good. Yeah, I would say the key to helping you to heal, or to, getting you at least, I would say take baby steps. Like, of course, nobody heals overnight, but try to stay away from the narc, right? And like I said, I know sometimes we may feel the need to just look or peek, but understand when you're looking and when you're peeking, you might get hurt. And that's what I had to realize. I had to understand that the narcissist was not a source of happiness. The narcissist was a source of pain, right? Now, think about it. Like, if you recognize what's causing you pain, you stay away from it, right? So it's almost like when you're cooking something, right? and you're seeing that fire, you know in your mind, you're like, that fire is going to cause me pain. You know what I mean? So you stay away from that. So you almost had to look at it like the narcissist as a source of pain. But unfortunately, we're used to them being a source of our happiness. So it's hard for us to understand that they're causing us pain, because a lot of us, we're dealing with that cognitive dissonance. But it definitely takes time. But yes, try to stay no contact. Just practice it. Practice it. I mean, you may slip up, you may make a mistake and reach out to them, or you may make a mistake and look at their page. But just remember, when you're looking, you're only going to get pain. It may trigger you. You may start crying, or you may feel bad about yourself. You may feel worthless, and you're just like, you have to remember, like, yeah, this is going to cause me pain. So I don't want to be around that. You know what I mean? So yes, but like I said, I hope this was helpful to you all, for those wondering why the narcissist is still with the new supply. And Terrence, you said, what do you do if you have kids with them? That's a good question. You really have to work on co-parenting, which can be difficult when you're dealing with a narcissist, because a lot of times they're going to use the kids against you. They're going to make it seem like you're the bad parent. You have to really practice a gray rock method. So meaning like no emotions involved. Just try to be very logical and try not to let your feelings get involved. And because the narcissist is going to be doing stuff, meaning they could be with a new supplier. They could be talking crap about you. They may be doing a smear campaign, or getting a flying monkey to contact you and trying to maybe like trying to scare you and doing all those like different tactics to kind of get you to stop you from moving on. But if it gets to that point, you may want to get the court involved. So, where you get the joint custody. Or sometimes some people may feel like, well, the narcissist is not mentally stable enough to have my kids. Like, you may feel that way. So maybe you want to get full custody. Or some people may say, well, I still want the other parent in the life. That's cool. But you got to really make sure that your emotions and your feelings are not involved. Right. And explain to your children too, if they're old enough, let them know, like, their parent, maybe a narcissist. You may have to break it down to them if they're old enough to understand, because some of them are like too young to really get it, So yeah, I hope that was helpful. Ariana, hi, how are you? The next live is next Sunday. So definitely tune in next Sunday. And like I said, you guys, if there's topics that you guys want to learn about, please let me know. We will make a video and we'll talk about it all together. That way we can all learn. And make sure that you guys are subscribed to my email list. That way you don't miss any notifications or any events or anything that I have going on. So to stay in touch. Kalam, you said, when I talked about my my new girlfriend, I walked past my ex-girlfriend and she called out my name. Oh, wow. Yeah, they do that. I mean, they just want attention. They want to see, like, again, if they have control over you, if you're going to entertain them, or, if they could get you back, if you go back and start talking to them again and, maybe dump the new person that you're with now and go back to them, which they would love that, because then if you do that, they're going to hurt you. Right. And then you're going to be left feeling like, what happened? Like, why did I allow them to do that? So, but yeah, they'll do different things to like trigger you and to get you back, but please don't fall for that. And it doesn't sound like you did, Kalam, so that's good. And Ariana, and you say, hey, just trying to make it yes. And I think if you hit that notification bell, you'll always should get, when I'm live, you should get that notification. So yeah. But yeah, make sure y'all subscribe, you guys. Hit that like button. And if you guys are feeling generous, you want to donate, if you want to continue seeing me make these videos, let me know and just donate to the channel. It's definitely appreciated, because it definitely helps with the mental health awareness and just getting the message out there to those that really need it, So, yep. And 1111, you still in Chicago? I am, but I'm actually going to be relocating. So, yeah. Are you in Chicago, 1111? But yes, you guys, I really do appreciate you guys in the live chat. It definitely makes my day. And, we can all talk about what we're going through and dealing with the narcissist. Because I know sometimes you all may feel like there's nobody to talk to about this because, maybe you have been the only person in your surroundings that has dealt with a narc. Like myself, that was the case. Like nobody that I knew had dealt with a narcissist. So although, they could listen to me and, they could really empathize and sympathize, but it's like they didn't go through it. So it's like they couldn't really understand. But when you actually talk to someone that has actually dealt with what you've gone through, it gives you that validation. It helps you to kind of understand like, yeah, okay, well, they went through it, they overcame it, so I can do the same. It may not be as fast as them, but it's going to take time. But I just know the possibilities. I know that there is hope, and I know that I'm not alone, And 1111, you said Seattle. Okay, cool. I've never been to Seattle. What's it like up there, if you don't mind me asking? So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I hope y'all stay safe. Is anybody cooking? Anybody barbecuing for the 4th? The 4th is what? Is it? It's not today, right? Is it the? Oh, it's today. I'm tripping. It's today. For some reason, I was thinking it's tomorrow. 1111, you said, I ain't never dealt with a narcissist. I knew from the beginning they were not normal. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Oh, you said it's cold? It's cold in Seattle? Oh, wow. Because that's on the West Coast. That's near like California and like I'm trying to think, Utah, Nevada and stuff, right? Yeah, you guys know I lived in California for 11 years. So, but it's funny because I never went to Washington or anything like that. And 1111, you said something did not feel right about them. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Yes. You will know like something about the narcissist or somebody that you may think could be a narcissist. It just feels off. Like it's almost like it's too good to be true, and again, they're probably love bombing you in the beginning, grooming you, getting you ready to be a supply. That's really what they're doing, but if you may kind of have a nudge, something may be telling you like, okay, it's not what it seems to be, so then that's when you may see that mask come down, because then the narcissist will be like, okay, well, he or she is not really falling for my tactics. You know what I mean? So that's when the real them will come out. And then what happens is they go to another supply, somebody that will kind of tolerate that, And Miss Rose, hey, how you doing? And you have a wonderful holiday as well, Miss Rose. Thank you for tuning in. So yes, you guys, but like I said, I really did enjoy you all. I'm probably going to head out unless you guys wanted to ask me anything else or talk about anything else. But as I said, just a last minute encouragement. If you still see the narcissist with the new supply, understand the narcissist is not changing. They're never going to change. So it's really us. It's up to us victims and survivors for us to change and to get better and do better, because the narcissist is not going to do that. And they're not doing better with the new supply. Remember that, right? So it's probably best to stay off of their Facebook page or their Instagram or YouTube or whatever. But I know we're like curious, like we have to look, right? Because I was there too, but it's not anything better, nothing that you need to be concerned about. Really, the priority should be yourself, And Delicate, you said, I wish there was a way to report the names of the narcs. I know, right? That would be so awesome, because you could be like looking at that person like, yes, that's a narc. But unfortunately, narcissists are very, the ones that were in my life were very covert, so they kind of blend in with the society. So you never know until you're actually with them behind closed doors, so that's the unfortunate part. And Miss Rose, you said, hey, I am well. You're welcome. That's good to hear. That's so good to hear. 1111, you said, what is the new supply? Only another narc or someone who will tolerate? Yeah, the new supply is just another person that the narcissist is gonna it's like basically like their new victim, pretty much. Somebody that they're gonna like mistreat, use and abuse, demean, degrade. And sooner or later, they will discard them. They will start to devalue them, but it just really depends on who that person is, because it could take a long while for that mask to come off, And two, what happens is, the narcissist could be like kind of doing all those things where they're devaluing them and mistreating them, but they could be doing it. It's in bits and pieces, and they're not doing it like full on force. So they could actually be looking for a new supply, but it may be taking them some time. You know what I mean? So they may not have a new supply right away. So they could just be sticking it out with this person, and the mask may not come off right away, So that could be it as well. Yeah, basically somebody that will tolerate them. Enrica, hello. Why they will put more effort in keeping one supply than another? Yeah, it's usually based off of what that supply can offer them, how the narcissist can benefit from that particular supply. That's based off how much effort that they're going to put into. So like somebody that is not going to really stand up for themselves or stick up for themselves, that's going to basically do whatever the narc wants them to do. They're going to promote them and parade them around and bring them around family and friends and all that stuff, because the narcissist knows like they're not going to say nothing about maybe the mistreatment or the put downs and all that stuff. But somebody maybe like us, maybe we were like a transitional supply, they're not going to post us because they know eventually we're going to catch on, and then that mask is going to come off, and so then that means they're going to have somebody else ready. But usually if you're with a narc, you're never the only person. So like even that new supply that they're with, they have some people already ready, or if they don't, they will be getting people ready. That's why you meet a lot of narcissists online, right? That's where I met mine at. And so Delicate, you said it was so many, you missed my other comment. Oh, I'm so sorry. What was the comment that I missed? I know it. Let's see. And 1111, you said, oh my God, we have to warn a new supply. You know what? Myself, and I don't know if I ever told you guys this story, but like there was a person that the narc had introduced me to, and I guess she was probably a transitional supply. She actually tried to warn me about the narcissist, but first off, I didn't know he was a narc. And second of all, the narc had already kind of said to me, he's like, oh, I think she likes me, but I also think that she's crazy. So he had already kind of like implanted that into my mind. But I don't know what the narc did. I have no clue. And basically we were communicating back and forth, because you guys know my story was that the narc and I met based off of music, because he was a music producer and he sold beats on like this website. So I was like, oh, that's cool, because he was actually teaching people how to make beats. I was like, oh, that'd be awesome, because I kind of, grew up in the church and I like to sing and all that stuff, but it's more like a hobby for me. But the narc introduced me. She was a singer-songwriter. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Like I can make a track for her. And so I don't know, this girl, she lived in New York, and the narc and I, we were in LA. And I think the narc, he went to visit her, not just for her in particular, but I think he went to see her. I don't know what happened, but I will never forget this. This was the summer of 2013, you guys. I'll never forget this. I reached out to her and she was like, she called me on the phone and she was like, Joy, she was like, I know you're a great person. You have a lot of potential. But she said that if you have anything to do with the narc, she said, you and I, we can't talk anymore. And I'm like, well, what do you mean we can't talk anymore? She was like, it doesn't matter. Just know that if you have any contact with the narc, I can't talk to you. And that was it. I tried to ask her like what happened, but she did not reveal to me what he did. So I don't know what he did, but whatever it was, obviously it was bad. And I should have took that as a red flag. I should have been like, well, if he did that to her, he's going to do something like that to me, So yeah, she did try to warn me, but I personally don't recommend warning the new supply. For me, it's like, it's not really your job to, because just in my mind, I would think like, oh, that person is just maybe jealous, or they may not, they're watching us. Maybe we're important, but it's like, sometimes you have to let people learn the hard way, because even if you did tell them to supply, a lot of times people don't leave anyway, so, oh yeah, Rika, yeah, the new supply won't believe you. Yeah, of course. And Delicate, I'm so sorry. You said the narc has my name tatted. Oh, okay, on his front shoulder, and I know the supplies asked who that is. Oh, wow. I see, Delicate. Okay. When did he get that when did he get that tattoo, Delicate, if you don't mind me asking? And 1111, you said what zodiac sign was my abuser? He was an Aries, and the borderline that I was dating, he was a Sagittarius, and I'm a Taurus, by the way. But yeah. Enrica, you said, can you explain more about what a transitional supply is? I never heard that term. Yeah, so a transitional supply is basically a person that the narcissist is just using just temporarily. Like you're just a person, maybe because they're bored, or maybe they don't have any other supplies to talk to or to get stuff, get that attention, that admiration from, or maybe somebody to just spend some time with. They're not taking you serious. Not even necessarily like a side chick, but you're just, maybe could just be like a friend or whatever. Or maybe, yeah, you could be like a side chick, but yeah, you're just somebody that the narc is just using until they find a perfect victim for them. Somebody that will accept their abuse. You know what I mean? Because I felt like I was probably a transitional supply, So yeah, I hope that was helpful. And Kalam, you said, I just want her to be punished. I only want justice. Yeah. Sometimes you got to just understand that, the laws of the universe, and know that God is in control, and nobody that hurts you is ever going to go unhurt. Especially like if you were innocent, like you didn't deserve that. Like God's going to get them. Like you may not witness it, but trust and believe they're going to get their karma. People always ask me, they're like, oh, is the narcissist going to get their karma? Yes, they are, So, and then 1111, you said she is a narc because she didn't tell you what he did to you. Narcs are secretive. Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility. I'm not going to say she was a narc because I never met her in person. But I mean, I connected with her over the phone. And what's crazy is like she was talking really good about the narc. She was like, Joy, the narc is somebody that you should have in your life. He's intelligent. He's very smart. Like, listen to what he says. But like I said, when he went to see her in New York, you guys, I don't know what happened. I really wish to this day I knew, but she didn't reveal. She didn't tell me. I was like, hey, like, well, what did he do? She was like, it's none of your concern. I was like, oh, okay. And I'm not going to push it. I'm like, if she doesn't want to tell me, that's fine. But yeah, this was back in 2013 when she told me that. And I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. I was just like, reaching out, seeing how she was doing. And yeah, she called me on the phone and started talking to me. I was like, wow. I mean, it was almost like she gave me a choice. She was basically saying like, it's either the narc or it's me, basically, and I'm like, well, the narc is in LA where I'm at, and you're all the way in New York. You know what I mean? So it was crazy. And then even after the fact, the narc was telling me, I actually said, I was like, hey, how is so-and-so doing? And he was just like, oh, he was like, he didn't talk to her. And he was basically saying that she was crazy. That's what he said. He said she was crazy. Whether she was crazy or not, I don't know. But I just know he did something to her. And he didn't even say what he did. Of course, he's not going to say it. But I really wish I would have known what he did, honestly. I feel like I'm talking so much, you guys. I need something to drink. Let me get something to drink. But thank y'all for being on the live. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all questions are awesome. Keep them coming. Miss Rose, you said you're right. They keep supply on the shelf. Yes, they do. I'm presently being hoovered after not dealing with him for the most part since we went on state lockdown for the quarantine back in March of 2020. Oh, wow. Yeah, they'll hoover you. Trust and believe that. They will hoover you. They're never going to let you go, you guys. Know that. You have to be strong enough to let them go. They're not going to let you go. All right. And Delicate, you said he got 2 years. He got it 2 years ago while in prison. Oh, so that was his karma, Delicate? Man. That'll humble a person real quick. That'll make them think twice about what they did to other people, That's for sure. And Christianity and justice anywhere and anytime. Yeah. Yeah, definitely 1111. And 1111, how long was your abuses? You said how long was it? Oh, well, when I lived with my aunt, that was for 5 years. And the male narc, that was for 4 years. So if you guys can only imagine, I had like double the abuse, like at one time. And to this day, I'm just like, I don't even know how I was able to overcome that. Like, I'm just like, and in that moment, I was just like, dude, like, I'm stronger than I realized, like, you know what I mean? Because that's a lot for a person. All that abuse, like, and I don't even know if I shared this with you guys now. The narcissists are so controlling, and they're like, they don't like their new supply to get away from them. Even your parents, like, because when my aunt, she found out about the male narc, she was getting jealous, and she was doing things basically to like kind of question him, because for one, she was so controlling, and he was trying to get his hands on me, basically trying to control me, or trying to, I guess, prove to her that he's trustworthy. But in actuality, he was a narc too. You know, so it's basically like I had two narcs trying to fight for power and control over me, you know? So it's just like, if you guys can only imagine it, even, and I know I probably didn't share this with you guys, but my aunt, she got so mad that I was like taking sides of the male narc. And she like slammed her bedroom door and was like, "Oh, well, I don't like this guy," and da 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 da. Like, it was just crazy, guys. That's for another video. I have to talk about that. But yeah, it was narcissists. Man, I honestly wouldn't wish that on anybody. I don't. It's not fun at all. And 1111, you said for 3 years. Oh wow, sorry to hear that. And Tashnika Arnold, hello. You are fine. No worries on being late. Welcome, everybody. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. And like I said, if y'all want to donate, please feel free to do so at Cashapp, Coach Joy. It's the $ Coach Joy 510, or at livenarcfree9@gmail.com if you want to continue to support me with making these content videos. I really love you guys. But and ZZ, you said mine's kept diaries about you. Oh, wow. Going back years, everything from where I went, when, and where I parked. Oh, wow. Who phoned you? Who parked outside of your house? What? When my periods were and what I had in your pockets. Oh, my gosh. That is like so creepy. Oh, my God. Well, so ZZ, how long were you with your narc for? That's like so like predatorial. Like, what in the world? Oh my goodness. It's almost like you're a prey and they're the predator. Like, you know? Oh, this is so sad. But yeah, you guys, and you know, I do these lives every Sunday, and really my goal is just for us to come together and we could just be of support and show each other love and just give that validation and understanding. Again, you're not alone. You're not the only person that has dealt with this. I've dealt with it, and there's many more. So it's gonna be all right. In 27 years, oh my God, are you serious? Wow, that is a long time. Wow. And 1111, you said, what zodiac sign is your aunt? My aunt and uncles in Ethiopia. Oh, okay, cool. I always wanted to go to Ethiopia. I'm actually planning on going to for my birthday. I was thinking of like either Costa Rica, Egypt, or Dominican Republic. So I haven't decided yet. But my zodiac sign, my aunt, she's a Capricorn. She's a Capricorn, and if you guys watch my zodiac sign videos, the Capricorn and the tarot deck, they're the devil. So I'm like, that's a sign, you know? So yeah, Reki, you said, why do narcs stay with someone that long if they are supposed to discard everyone? They usually do, but again, it's for their own benefit, honestly. You know, sometimes the narcissists they may need some shelter. They just may not want to be alone. They may not want to be alone, and they could feel like, okay, this new supply is used to everything, and the new supply is not going to say nothing. The new supply could be comfortable, you know, and they're not going anywhere. You know, they don't want to be alone either. And they may not know their worth. They may not care what the narcissist doing. They just may be happy just to be in a relationship, you know? And so the narc could stay with that person for a while, you know, and it's what's the word? It's convenient, basically, out of convenience, you know? And so, but eventually And based off the narc's needs and based off the new supply, if the new because the new supply may not be knowledgeable about this stuff, they may not even have no idea, but what if they ever wake up from that trance, then the narcissist will start to go on the hunt for that new supply, and then they'll eventually discard them. But sometimes the discard, they may not, again, that mask may not fall off yet. It could take a long while. It could take years, 5 years, 10 years, so yeah. And ZZ, you said I'm a Capricorn, he's an Aries. Oh wow, okay. And not saying you're the devil, ZZ. But yeah, my narc, he was an Aries as well. So, and 1111, you said, what did your aunt do to you? Well, when I lived with her, she was very critical of me. She had 2 sons, and she was not critical of them at all. I guess it was just because, when I was 17, I had moved from Delaware to California, and I don't know if she felt like she was, I was like a legal guardian of hers, and she, in her eyes, she probably saw me as her daughter. But I felt like she was just always not allowing me to be myself, not allowing me to feel my feelings, and just belittling me and always comparing herself to me constantly. And it was very abusive, like psychologically and emotionally. Like nothing that I ever did was good enough. Like she'll ask me like little things, like to do like chores around the house and stuff like that, which I don't mind because I feel like, I want to help out too, But it's like after I finished it, she's like, oh, well, like, let's say she asked me to mop the floor. She's like, oh, well, this floor doesn't look like it was mopped. You need to do it again. Like, and not even appreciating the fact that I could have said no, like, you know what I mean? But that's not in me, but she's just not like appreciating me. And the other thing was she didn't like support like my aspirations and the hobbies and the things that I wanted to do. She like wanted me to kind of go in her direction. Like she didn't even consider like what I had in my mind or the fact that I had an independent thinking, and she was not okay with that, So just not really allowing me to be myself, not expressing myself, like kind of making me feel less than and beneath her, and even like when I had moved out, like, I was living with her for a while, and she tried like some scare tactics trying to stop me from moving out. And once I did move out, she like went to like my apartment. It was like a studio apartment. And you guys know, like living in LA, it can be a lot, but she wasn't even like happy that I had moved out. She was like, oh, like you're staying in this small little apartment? Like really? You're paying all this money for this place? And I'm like, well, at least I got a place. Like, you know what I mean? But meanwhile, her oldest son is still living at home with her. Like, come on, like, can I get some type of like acknowledgement, something, So it's stuff like that. But and Miss Rose, you said you're right, Joy. They get a kick or boost out of recycling supply, and they will try to keep the old and a new supply at the same time if they can. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they don't want to waste any supply at all. So, but yeah, you guys, I love this live. I'm happy that all of you guys tuned in. I hope that this was helpful. So yeah, I'm signing out. I hope that you guys have an amazing holiday weekend. Be around family and friends. And yes, I'm signing out. And 1111, you said Capricorn have high standards. Really? Okay. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with having high standards, but it's just to the point, like, don't try to like mistreat me or abuse me because you feel insecure about like maybe how your life turned out. Like, don't put that onto me. Like, you need to work on yourself, And before I go, like my aunt even kind of admitted to me that she felt like she didn't live her life. She felt like maybe she got married too young, that she had kids too young. And she saw me, I had already passed that age in my life, and I had more of a different vision. And I guess she felt intimidated by it, and she didn't like it. And even if I did stuff that was good for me, like I'm watching videos that work on my mind and changing like how I think about the world, and it's like a positive thing. She's like, oh, I don't think you should watch that. Like that doesn't look good to me. Like, and I'm just like, you don't even know what it's about. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah. And Rika, you're welcome. And 11, you say you're an earth sign. Yes. Shout out to the earth signs. But anyway, I'm signing out, you guys. I love y'all. And you guys have a great day. Bye.